Okay, guys, we are back in black, road to 2300, and we are going to jump in with the 10 plus 5 rapid game. Right at it. Let's go. Let's jump right in. This is a game review, or I'm going to play a game now and then review it afterwards briefly. I want to play a good game. No, I do not want Blitz, as it is not as instructive. My computer's frozen. Okay, here it is. Let's play E4. I want a good, long rapid game. I like his name, Double Muzio best. Muzio Gambit after the King's Gambit. It's a funny line. See this guy's line, 2184 healthy bullet rating, 2180 healthy blitz rating, and 2210. Some guy from Turkey. Let's check out his. Oh, we can't. We'll look at it after. So knight f3, expecting knight f6, knight c6. Yes. And let's surprise them with the double knight game with the four knights. Knight f6. Yes. And then we're going to play Rest in Peace Danya, his favorite line, which he taught me via his YouTube videos, his YouTube channel. The Glek System. I like this a lot. I've had a lot of pretty good results online and a few in person with this. I haven't tested it too deep, but I've had pretty good results online with it, so we're going to go with it. Bishop g2, take, I'm going to take this way, of course. Don't want to lose castling rights. If we win this, we're past 2300, but don't want to worry about the rating. It's just a number. We just want to play good chess here. The goal is just the goal is just to play good chess. If we do that, I'm happy, regardless of the outcome, win or lose. So take, and push. I'm not worried about because there's a so take, and push. There's a pin. Queen e2. He can block, and then we've got to move it somewhere. Probably here. Let me see. Take, push, queen block. Yeah, knight d4. There's a pawn on c3. Although my structure is pretty funky there. Okay, this move's probably good. Okay, let's go. I see what he wants. I see what he wants. Let's just go here and let's just kick him right now. He wants this. Piling up pressure on the knight, the pin piece. Let's force him to a decision here. Okay. Let's... Okay, here, let's just stop. I just want to stop this. I want to stop e4. That's the point of this move. Also opens up the bishop, stop e4. Not worried about this. I'm just going to pre-move a take here if he takes. Helps me. Take to the center. Gives me an open b file to work with. Semi-open b file for my rook. A semi-open file takes to the center, opens up my bishop one day, maybe here or here. Gives me scope. Taking to the center is always helpful. Double pawns don't matter. The pawns control a lot of squares. Additionally, the pawn on c3 effectively controls the d4 and b4 square, mainly the d4 square, stopping the knight from coming in. So I'll pre-move this, but I don't think he's gonna play it, but it's a pre-move. He'll probably play this, in which case, if he does, I'm gonna play a quick g4, and then this is a loose pawn right here, and he could pin me, and then I could pin him back, but then he could take here, check. Takes a pawn, I take, he takes, yeah, he takes his piece back. Interesting ideas. So we've got him in a little bit of a think. It's clear to me that he's unfamiliar with this opening, so that's good. So let's take a step back and look at the position here. What do we have? So first of all, we've got three pieces developed. A bishop and two knights. He's got three as well, a bishop and two knights. We're both playing very logical, simple, very logical chess, right? He's got a bishop out, two knights, a pawn in the center. I've got a pawn here. This move's funky, but it's a move. I guess, yeah, it's a move. I was saying he's playing normal chess up until now. Well, I know he wants to defend this, and he wants to play here. In which case, after g4, he can pull back, and this isn't loose. I get it. I do. I get it. Let's just... Castle. Let's just castle. Keep our time edge. I know I want to go short, so let's just castle. I'm expecting knight d4. And I'm going to have to play... I don't have to, but that's an option to play that. To play g4, and then If he pulls back, we take. He takes, and our knight hops in the center. Or we go check with rook first on d1. Okay. So now this helps him. Happy to see this because now this square is controlled by our pawn, and also it gives us the semi-open b-file to work with. Like I said earlier, his bishop is off this. So this is a key concept. His bishop is off this diagonal, so this pawn's a little tender. And also with my bishop exerting pressure on this diagonal, and with the combination of the rook here, this is very tender with his bishop off sides. So with that being said, I think I'm going to play a quick rook b1 and probe him. And I am going to do that. I'm going to play rook b1. Let's see if he wants to play quick queen d7 or queen e7 and go long. That'd be very risky. It'd be interesting. It's not losing, but I'd be open to it, but it'd be very risky for him. I have to be a little careful with a quick pawn storm, but nothing I'm too worried about. So, like I said, this is a key point, strategic point. With black's light square bishop right here, it's off of this diagonal now, and it cannot come back easily. Takes 2 moves, 3, so it cannot come back easily. So this is very tender. This b7 point is extremely tender. Also, in combination with my Glek king squared fianchettoed bishop, I put a tremendous amount of pressure on this pawn. So I already like my position. Rook b8 is probably the best move. So you really don't want to play b6 here. You're probably losing tactically at that point. There's got to be a shot. So this is actually the best move. It looks passive, but his position's a little bad, a little funky here. So this is the best move. So let's see. What can we do? This bishop can't go here. It's really cut off here and here. Bishop wants to stay home for now. So he can't castle queenside. Rook b8, he cannot castle queenside now. So we know he wants to go kingside. So now with that being said, so I'm not too worried about a g4 because we know where he wants to go. Actually, g4, bishop f7, let's say, and then knight planting on knight here looks pretty juicy. Putting pressure. That looks pretty juicy. I'm gonna go. I like that. I like g4. Now we'll see the pawn at f6 is bad because now I can play knight h4 and there's no queen takes. So I do like that. And if he has to play g6, that's really weird. I have a mind to play this now. Is there anything better? This opens up the bishop too. Side note. So the queen can't really move. Let's play it pretty quick. Let's keep our time edge. As I say that, I blunder a pawn. As I say that, I blunder a pawn. That's just a blunder. So I just played a few blitz games and got a little hyper. This is why I don't like blitz. Because now I'm playing bad chess. I just blundered a pawn here. Not the end of the world at all, but it's a blunder of a pawn. So this is why I don't like to play blitz. I get into bad habit. I develop bad habits. So I'm just going to stop playing blitz for a while now. It's not even, yeah. Okay, so let's see. What can we do when he takes on a2? Just rook a1. Gaining the tempo. He'll play bishop e6, and then we've got to think. I might want to keep my rook on the file. Like there's rook b2, but then he has bishop a3 in the future. Just trading pieces, and I don't really like that. So, actually, bishop a2, let's just look at it. Bishop takes c6, pawn takes c6, rook takes b8, queen takes b8, just to gain time, but it doesn't lead to anything. Yeah, it doesn't lead to anything, unfortunately, so it's not, I don't want to play that. And then queen, bishop takes there, yeah. Oh, there's even better. Yes, tactito. There's rook takes b7. Rook takes b7. We take a pawn back, he takes our rook, we take a knight and a pawn. Beautiful shot. There's a tactic. See, what did I say about this long? See, this opens up the bishop. What did I say? What did I say about this pressure? The pressure of b7 in combination with the bishop is very monstrous with this bishop off of the key diagonal, off of this diagonal. So, cute tactic. So he takes a pawn. So we got lucky here. I got very lucky because I did not see this from afar. I don't deserve this, but this tactic, but I got lucky. Sometimes when you have a good position, you get lucky. So he takes a pawn. We take a b. He takes our a pawn on a2. We take a b pawn on b7. He can't take back because if he takes a rook, we take his bishop with check, and then we take a rook. There's nothing he can do. We just win a piece there. He'd have a queen, a rook, and 2 bishops. We'd have a queen, a rook, two bishops and a knight. We'd be up a piece there. We'd be up a knight there. Winning. So he can't do that. So this is hit. What does he want to do? So our bishop's exerting pressure right now. He can't just castle, because then we just take. Or probably take first. No, not take first, because knight. So if he castles, we just take. So he can't do that. So this is a really strong move. Nice find. Got lucky a little bit, but nice find. Stumbled into it. Sometimes that happens. There's queen f3 maybe too. One day in the future, it's an idea. There's knight. h5 or knight f5, putting a lot of pressure on the king side. Yeah, knight f5, queen f3. The bishop somewhere maybe one day wants to stay home right now in c1 because it doesn't have a clear option right now. So the bishop will stay put for now, but one day it can move. One day once it has a clearer option of where, once I have a better, clearer picture of where it wants to go, I'll move it. But for now, it's doing great just on c1, as bishops often do. f4, no, because it opens up this, and then he can come here and trap. Not now, just motifs, but I want to keep the f pawn back for now. I don't want to expose my king. So 6 pawns, we have 6 pawns. So let's see what he wants to do. He's burning a lot of time here, rightly so, because this is a tricky move. Let's see what he wants to do. That was a really cool shot. Nice tactic. I stumbled into it and got lucky. Got a little lucky. Like, oh, I hung the pawn. Then, boom. He's still thinking here. Okay, he goes back. So now he is threatening to take. Or no. We just, yeah, take, and he plays c6. So that's clever. I can just take his rook. However, I can also win a pawn here. With tempo, I can win the a pawn. I'm gonna win the a pawn. It's with tempo I'm hitting his bishop, so I don't see why not to do it. So now we're up a pawn. Okay. You know what? I wouldn't usually want to do this, but my queen really wants to go to f3, so this is instructive. I'm gonna take. His knight's gonna take, and I'm gonna play f3. My queen really wants to go here. And if he wins a pawn back, yay! He doesn't win a pawn back. We go check here, and we pick up the knight. Tactics, my friend, tactics. So we're hitting his knight. Our knight's going to come into the light squares. When I trade the bishop, these light squares are even more weak now. So that was why I'm happy to do it positionally, strategically, and tactically. Positionally and strategically, it weakens these squares around his king. His king's exposed with f6, which is a bad move, as you can now see. And tactically, he can't take his pawn back because we take. So what else can he do? Let's look. His queen can't get in the light squares easily to defend, which I saw. So he's got to defend his knight. He doesn't really want to play this. Because then he can't, I mean, yeah, we just take the pawn here. We're completely winning. Yeah, so he's going to have to move his knight again. He can probably play here as the most active square for sure, but I'm going to absolutely just swap that knight in a heartbeat. And then damage his structure, get rid of my bad bishop for his monster knight, and then check. So everything's looking juicy here. Not over yet, but it's looking good right now. Up a clean pawn. We've got a good position. Let's see if we could find some good moves here and put this away. So we're hitting the knight right now. First thing first. Okay. Good move. Stopping this, but you know what? Let's just come here anyways right now. Let's put a lot of pressure and immediately do this. If he takes, I might just check first. No, because then he's going to come here and he's safe. If he takes, I'll just take with the queen. And we're also hitting his bishop at the same time and the pawn. So he's probably going to take or castle. I could see him just castling, in which case we could pick our poison. We could take the knight or the bishop. I kind of like taking the bishop because I think it's got more potential in the future. Yeah, taking the bishop and then a quick bishop a3. I like that. If you wanted to, yeah, like I said. Okay, so he takes. He plays the other move. Oh, take. Yeah, I want to take. I shouldn't think. Nothing really to think about. I want to take with the queen. Like I don't want to, can't ruin my pawn structure here on the king side. Now f4 becomes more juicy and enticing because take bishop there. I have pawn d4. f4. He takes f4. F4 bishop here. No, sorry. F4 is a big blunder. I'm sorry. F4 bishop c5. He wins. Game over. Again, that's why don't weaken your king. Don't touch the f pawn early. Yeah, that'd be lights out. He wants to trade queens. Just down a pawn. My pawns are doubled, so they're not the best pawns in the world. But a pawn's a pawn, right, my friends? If I trade queens, take bishop e3, rook b2 is really strong. No. Yeah. Okay, rook b2 is really strong. Jean Bartholomew says. His king is weak. I really don't want to just try. I know we're up a pawn, but I really don't want to just trade queens here. I think I'm letting him off the hook. Like in the past, I would just trade queens in a heartbeat. Up a pawn, trade queens, conservative. But two factors. With his king being a little weak, pretty exposed with f6, and I can't defend this pawn easily then, and most importantly with his time, 111, he's getting a little nervous. I don't want to trade queens. I've got more time, so let's think. What can I do? There's queen e4. I'm just now seeing actually there's queen h5. I guess although he could just try to force the queen trade then, probably. Yeah, something like queen f7. I think trading queens is letting him off the hook. I'm going to keep the queens in the board here. I don't see how he attacks me. I guess actually if I play queen e4, I'm just now seeing there is h5. I do have to be careful. So with that being said, I might want to trade queens. Queen h5, g6, queen h6, bishop f8, queen f4, queen h4. My queen just barely gets out of there. That's not good. Yeah, there's h5, huh? I can always trade them on my terms. Queen e4 enables queen a4, which I can trade queens on my terms, or rook a8. You know what? I know he can play. I'm a little worried about h5, though. I'm a little worried about pawn h5. It just does a lot. It just really does a lot. Yeah, pawn h5 strong, huh? Let's think. I'm going to be quiet here and think for a minute. Yeah, play pawn h5. I could, yeah, queen a4. Pawn h5. I can always trade queens on my terms. If I really wanted to, I can play queen g6 and get rid of the ladies and like king g2, take. Yeah, there's ways around it. Also, it enables this. It enables this. It does a lot. I want to keep the queens in the board, especially with this time, like I said before. Okay. Bishop a3 is a move. One day, if I want to trade the bishops, which I don't really want to now, but if I want to one day. Bishop e3 is a move right now. Yeah, bishop e3, rook f a1. There's options. He can't. I mean, he can castle, but it's a little risky. Queen d5, queen h4. Yep, I saw that. Of course. Now let's go queen check. If he wants to trade the queens now, I will trade the queens now. It's a little different right now. And then I will play king g2. Get out of the pin, too. I can move the f pawn now. There's none of this if I move the f pawn. Yeah, here I can just come. Not here. I can just come up, yeah. Probably. No, there I can just play pawn f3. Of course, logical. Logical. Maybe I shouldn't have traded queens. Because now it gets a little hairy. But we're fine still. Yeah, it gets a little hairy here. Maybe made a little mistake trading queens and helping him out, but it's fine. He's got no time. I have to be careful here, though. I'm expecting, like, there's other rook, there's check. What do we have here? Stop a pawn. Okay. Let's just run over here now. Yeah. Gotta get this bishop out one day. Oh, no, you know what? The bishop wants to go here. Once his rook moves and there's no rook b2, I'm going to play bishop here. And there's a pin. I'm threatening to take with the pin. He has no time. Now let's play. Mm, you know what the old adage is? Repeat once. We're in a better position. Let's repeat once and just see what he wants to do. Now that he does this, like I said, his rook is off. His rook is off the b file now. So if I trade the bishop, there's no rook b2. There's no quick rook b2. So now I will go here. I'm threatening here, of course. Quickly here. Let's chop that off real quick. And then let's go quickly go here. Yeah, nice. Threatening end. Let's see, let's check. So there's two moves. This, he loses it with check. That, am I a dummy? Oh, I'm a dummy. There's this, of course. Duh, Colby. There's this. Okay, let's defend. This doesn't work because I just take it. I feel like I'm missing something. What else does he have? He doesn't have much else. I want to play rook c4 now. Yeah, rook c4 is what I want to play. That doesn't do anything. Yeah, he can come here, but it doesn't do much. He can also come here, but I just hit him first. Logical. Let's check. Let's come here. Come here. Now, if he takes, he loses. Because I hit him. He loses. Because now, I hit him with tempo. Tempo and mate. So he loses. Yes, let's go. We're going to get 2,300, boys. Let's go. And girls, if there's girls watching. Resignation time right now. Yes, we got it. We're over 2,100, 2,300 again. Woohoo! Woo! I want to do that meme where it's the guy screaming, woo! Cool. Let's go. Yatta! Let's go. Let's analyze it. So over 2,300. Yes, let's go. We achieved our goal. Let's request a computer analysis here and look at this game real quick and call it a day. Make sure we're still running. Yes. Good for the big 2,300 stream. Nice. Back over 2,300 again. And again, I haven't played rapid games in a while on Elite Chess, so it was over at one point a couple years ago when I was playing a lot, like maybe 3 years ago or more, and then I just didn't play for a while. So 3 inaccuracies, 1 mistake, 1 blunder, 5 inaccuracies and 4 blunders, 89% accuracy for us, 80% for him, 65 Sintipon at 36 for us, similar to last game. Good, pretty good accuracy. So we play the Glek. Let's just scroll through this quick, pretty self-explanatory for time purposes. The key point was here. So I played this move. I got lucky because castle's the best move. I got lucky. This is a blunder that I found rook b7. I almost didn't find it, and I got lucky. And then he played the best move, knight e7, which is the best. And then we played the best. No, rook b8's the best. Why not just rook takes a7? Why is this better? Why is my freaking computer glitching out? C4. Oh, we're trapping him. We're trapping his queen in, or his bishop in. Interesting. C4 is an interesting motif. My computer's glitching out. I'm gonna go a little faster. This is a mistake. We're still plus 1.2. Bishop here. Yeah. Taking queen f3. Yep. Queen f3. Get in the light squares. Like I said, queen e7. Bishop e3 or knight f5 is also second best move. Knight f5. Take. Queen takes. Queen there. I don't want to trade the queens. Yeah, anything but trading the queens. See, so I was right. My evaluation was right. Was correct. Anything but trading the queens. Any queen move. Queen f3, queen e4, queen h5. They're all roughly equal. I just don't want to trade the queens here. Queen e4. Yeah, and I made a mistake. I probably shouldn't have played this. I lose. This is inaccuracy. So I lose a lot of points. So yeah, and then it's dead even. So my big instructional value of this game is not trading the queens. Keep the queens on the board. And then we managed to outplay him in the end. Double the rooks. I like this maneuver, rook over, rook c4. And then we hit him here. He goes here, and then we take, and we force him in this double. We hit him, and we threaten mate. The big thing here for me was don't trade the queens. Was right. I'm going to go all the way back. Middle game. The queens are still on the board. Here, we're just doing everything I should have. Just done everything I can to keep the queens on. This is kind of like weak, a little limp, right? Just trading the queens. So I should have kept the queens on with his exposed king and the light squares and my rook already active and my king nice and perfectly safe. He's got nothing here. I should have kept the queens on. But food for thought. I'll keep the queens on next time. In a position like this. Over 2,300! Yatta, let's go! Thank you guys so much for the over 2,300 stream video. I'll post this right now, and I look forward to you guys watching the next videos coming up, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day, guys. All right. Check it out. Bye.